how am I going to be utilizing this in the sale? Does it help with the sale? So for example, like let's say like date. Is this to tell their horoscope if they're a Scorpio? Right? Like, what's the purpose of this field?
There's a saying that the quality of your questions is going to determine the quality of the answers that you get. And what if the same thing applies when it comes to attracting your dream client? You see, when it comes to attracting the people that you want to work with, your customers, that is ideal, that isn't toxic. The question is, are you asking the right questions that engages them, that attracts them in your offers, in your funnels, in your pitches? Today, I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes to an actual session that I did with a client to walk you through exactly the questions you should be asking if you want to be able to attract these type of dream clients. And if you stay till the end of the video, and if you model these techniques, the same questions, you're going to be able to realize that you too will be able to attract your ideal clients. Let's begin.
Every time you ask your audience to fill up a field, you got to ask yourself, well, how am I going to be utilizing this in the sale? Does it help with the sale? So for example, like let's say like date. Is this to tell their horoscope if they're a Scorpio? Right? Like, what's the purpose of this field? Next thing to work on, remove this field. I would even consider removing the first name. Why? Because the truth is, the first name field, even though I do ask for it sometimes, if right now you want to just get leads in, just make it easy and as seamless as possible. Just ask for the email. Okay, that's one way to significantly increase your cost per lead and increase your conversions. Split testing your first page of the funnel is extremely important. Okay, if you guys right now do not have, so marketing terms, it's called the control. You got to always have something that is trying to beat the control. So something like this: register for your seat, and then the pop-up appears. So this is a micro commitment. It's much easier to just click register your seat now, and after they click, that's when you ask them for details. Okay, so over here, make the button bigger, push this thing down. It's just one big button. They click on the button, then it pops up. So at least there's a micro commitment. Whenever we ask for details from our client, okay, or a prospect or from our audience, we got to be clear on why we are asking them that detail. We got to be very clear how it's being utilized. Is it going to be utilized on an interview? Are we going to use that question back on them? How does this help with the sale? That's the question we got to ask ourselves when we're asking particulars from our audience. And guys, I would like all you write this down. The more details that I get from them, the lower the conversion will be. So the fact that we're asking them to go through this, notice the questions we're asking, right? Your email, okay, great, definitely we need, right? Notice we have date, okay, address, Twitter link, Facebook link, LinkedIn, Instagram, which by the way, all these are like mandatory fields, right? Google, right? Book title, fiction or not fiction, book synopsis. What is your book core message? Now, here's the thing, guys. I would like all of you, just think about the feeling that you're getting as you are going through this, right? How does it make you feel, right? Now, for my application, well, Wahida, you applied straight, to Legacy Mastermind, right? How many questions do you remember filling up, like answering? How many fields? Do you remember how many fields there were? Right. So now you're thinking about it. Well, if I was a number one, it would help me with my positioning. I would definitely get more leads. I would be positioned as an expert. Right. So now they're answering all these things, right? What is another question helps you move the sale? It would be, right? Why do you feel we would be a good fit working with each other? Oh, I feel we'll be a good fit because I've always been a mentor. I've always struggled to do it on my own. You're a 4 times New York Times bestseller. And I want to be able to do it from somebody that's done before. So now you are no longer asking questions for the sake of asking questions. But the problem is that the pre-frame is not going to be strong enough, and a person might not be compelled enough to fill up this form because They don't know the benefit of filling out this form because it feels like there's a lot of work as well. So what needs to happen is we need to be able to create this video that gets them to click on this button that says apply. Okay, so the question is, what does this video need to say so that they will click on this button that takes them to this page? And then after they go to this page, that is when they will schedule a call or a Zoom and get that link to that small group. Could be one-on-one, or like in your case here, in a group setting. Okay, so the question is, how do we get qualified people to apply? So the question is now, what does this video say? Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to do this short presentation. Hey, this is Wahida here, and today I want to be able to walk you through the process that I went through in order to launch a 4 times #1 New York Times bestselling book, as well as on Amazon and other platforms. Because when you understand these proven concepts, you'll realize that you too will be able to launch your best-selling book utilizing these proven processes. Okay, number 1 would be a launch. What does it mean? It means that whether you want to become a #1 in a New York Times best-selling list, whether it is on Amazon, the one thing that they look at is how much sales you get and the velocity of the sales you have in a certain time frame. So let me tell you a little secret. You want to know what the secret is? It's basically what many authors do in order to catapult their book into a #1 to get this renowned #1 best-selling author that follows them for all eternity is literally just launching the book and have a spike in sales for at least 24 to 48 hours. That's how it works on all these different lists. So that's #1. How do you plan out for this launch to make sure you have a large volume of sales in a very short time? Because if you can get to that top 10 or #1, you literally get to utilize that title, #1 best-selling author for life. Isn't that pretty cool? That's #1. How do you create this launch? Number 2, when it comes to becoming a best-selling author, it would be utilizing press releases. So press releases, whether it's through media, TV, magazines, newspaper, getting on other people's podcasts, is another great way to support #1, which is the launch. How do you create and plan out all these different appearances, whether it's on media, whether it's on somebody else's platform, so that on the day of your launch, it just goes out on all these different platforms, causing that massive spike in sales. And guess what? That requires a lot of planning. So you want to make sure that you plan to get all of your sales not spread out and scattered over a month, but rather in a very short time frame, preferably in under a week. And that brings us to number 3. Number 3 is JV partnerships. Ultimately, to launch a #1 New York Times bestseller, unless you're Oprah, it's really hard to do it if you don't really have a list, if you don't have a large following. And number 3 is all about, well, how can you partner with other people in your market and make it a win for them to launch your book, to promote your book, so that they are incentivized to push your book out. Now, one of the things that we do as an agency is we help authors just like you who have a book published, who want to be able to maximize their reach and their visibility to get more sales and utilize the book, not just as a branding tool or a credibility tool, but also to be able to increase their positioning, to be able to position them as the only logical choice in the marketplace. And one of the things that we do is to help you plan out your launch, to help you think about your strategic JV partners, and how do you get those massive sales in a short period of time. Now, you can go do it yourself, which is a very lengthy process, or if you choose to, if you want to be able to save time and get faster results, right below this video, you'll notice that there's a button that says apply for strategy call. And that's exactly what we're going to do. If you're the right fit, we'll get on a call to walk you through your customized launch process, and also to determine if we are the right fit to work with each other. I know we understand that it's not a one-size-fits-all. You could be writing a book that's purely based on fiction. Some of you, it could be your autobiography. So we need to be able to understand your unique requirements, and that's what the strategy call is for. So if you want to be able to get on this call, click on this link below. You'll be required to fill up a more pertinent form so that we can understand exactly what you want, and if we are a good fit to work with each other. So click on this link below, and hopefully I'll see you on this strategy call real soon.
Woo! That was 4 minutes and 36 seconds. That was awesome sauce, Peng Joon.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the behind the scenes to this coaching call. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below what your biggest takeaway is. And as always, be sure to smash the like button. It does help the channel out a little bit. And to subscribe to this channel if you want to be notified of future videos just like this one. Now, some of you asking me, how can I be part of this process? How can I ask you questions? How can I have you coach me or mentor me? We want to make sure that we are working with the people that's the right fit. You'll need to fill up a form. There's a link right below this video. Somebody on my team might give you a call to interview you to see if they're right fit for each other. And if you want to apply and see if you're a good fit, then all you need to do is click on this link in the description box below, and my team will be in touch with you.